diagnosed about 10 years ago. I was 29 years old. And that day, I asked myself several questions. And one of those was, what's my sex life going to be like? Well, for me, it was the most important one. You know, sex and disability, which sounds a bit like a remake of Sense and Sensibility. Come on.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you.
Romina Puma is a comedian with muscular dystrophy, a hereditary condition which progressively weakens and wastes her muscles. Romina is single and anything but undateable, but due to her condition and more worryingly public perception, finds it hard to have the same sex life as everyone else.
Isn't it cool? I came across of many difficulties to find someone to have even like a relationship or a one-night stand even, you know, because many people think that if you are disabled, you don't have sex. It's like that you don't work properly. I used to wonder, do disabled people have sex? I know, you might be asking yourself the same question. But now I know, I can tell you, yes, we do!
The response to her material is generally positive, with most open to her brand of comedy, touching on the taboos of talking about sex and disability.
I thought it was really interesting. I mean, you don't hear things like that every day. You don't even hear sort of people with disabilities speak about having sex or having sort of a sex life in general.
It was important that she brought up the, she sort of almost said like, yes, disabled people do have sex. I thought that was quite fun, yeah.
What do you think it does for changing perceptions about disability? That's
It's got to be a positive thing, of course.
Yeah,
it's only positive. Yeah, there's no point hiding away and moping.
According to disability charity Scope, just 5% of people have ever been asked out or been on a date with a disabled person, and 76% have never invited a disabled person to a social occasion. The internet has allowed Holly B a window into the world of online dating, but things soon change once her disability is revealed. The 24-year-old has cerebral palsy and blogs about her dating experiences and awkward encounters.
The weirdest one, I think, was someone said I was too sexy to be in a wheelchair. That was odd, really odd. Often I get like a response like, oh, you're like cute, or like, oh, like let's just be friends.
Holly doesn't state her disability on her dating profile because she wants guys to focus on her, not the chair. But once they meet her, it's often the same outcome. She's even labelled the moment when she reveals her disability as the D-bomb.
Literally, because it'll like blow up, and it can either go one of one way. It can either work in a really positive way, so people will be like, oh cool, that's fine, or like people just will stop talking to you.
So I have a prosthetic leg, I am below the knee amputee, but my disability is relatively concealed, so on a date I can bring that up when I feel comfortable. How difficult is it for you that your disability is a lot more obvious?
I have to be confident with it, like right from the beginning, because if you're not, like people will just be weird. I think a lot of the time if I'm confident about it, they kind of feed off that sort of thing. But I can't, I don't like to leave it as a surprise. And
not that you ever should, but have you ever felt that maybe if in your profile picture it was a full shot of you in your chair, that would rule out the time wasters and the guys that are not comfortable dating a person in the chair, and you would solely get then dates that are from guys that don't care about your disability?
I think you'd get a lot of questions first, like they wouldn't even probably bother to get to know you first. Like they'd just be like, why are you in a wheelchair? Would
it ever put you off dating?
What?
The responses from some of the guys that you've been on dates with?
Well, I'm going on a date later, so obviously not.